Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm cooking some deer meat tacos. I'm using a Lodge camp oven and my Weber kettle. So I'll go ahead and show you what we've got. As far as the grill setup, I've got one chimney full of lump charcoal that I've poured here, and I just put it in the center of the grate. I'm not really doing indirect cooking or anything today because I'm using the camp oven, and I'll show you here in a moment how I'm going to do that. So I've lit about a little bit over a quarter, maybe close to a third of a chimney full of charcoal to put on top of that. And the idea today is to set this up sort of the way that I would if I was smoking something. I'm going to try to keep the temperature down between 250 and 300 degrees, ideally around 275 to 300. Close the bottom vent on this grill down to I think about a third of the way open, and when we put the lid on there, we'll probably shut that one down to about half. So we'll go ahead and get the grate on here and let that get started. Shut this vent down and allow the temp to sort of regulate inside the grill. This is about 3 1/4 pounds of deer meat that I cut out of a ham from a buck probably about a month ago. Had it in the freezer. I actually put this in a salt brine. I used the water and a little bit of salt and let that soak for a few hours, and I took it out and rinsed it. I'm going to pour in about a cup of beef stock, and this is hot because I actually made it from Better Than Bouillon. I didn't have any beef stock besides that, and I keep that. It's pretty good if you all haven't used it for times when you need a little stock, either chicken or beef or vegetable, and don't have another way of getting it. Now for the vegetables, I cut up 1 whole orange bell pepper, cut up 1 whole onion, and I diced up half of a jalapeno with the seeds removed. So I'm just going to put this all in over top of the meat. And as far as the seasoning mix that I'm using, I've got 1 teaspoon each of salt, pepper, garlic, chili powder, and cumin, and I've got 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now if you like things hot, you might want to add a little more pepper. If you don't like the heat, you might want to omit that or cut back on it. Just try it and see. With 1/4 teaspoonful, it's not going to get too hot. It's going to give you just a little bit of heat, but shouldn't burn you. But everybody's palate's a little different on that, so you just have to try it and see what you like. Give that a little mix. I'm just going to pour this on top of everything, and I'll put the lid on here, and probably won't fool this again for, I'm going to say, an hour to 2 hours. Might come back and look at it. The main thing, I just want to make sure the temperature stays, like I said earlier, ideally I think around 275 probably would be good, because I'm cooking it for a little longer. I'm using the grill today essentially like an oven, so I'll check back with you in a few hours and we'll see what this is looking like. This is the 2-hour check-in on this. We'll see what it's looking like here. It's looking pretty good. Was up about 275. Looked like the internal temperature in the grill was about 250 before I took the lid off, so that's probably good for it. Keep it down and let it cook a few more hours. I'm gonna say at least 2 more hours. Meat's, well, of course it's done, but I want it to get to the point where it's starting to fall apart. We've still got a little liquid left in there, and this deer meat won't put out a whole lot of juice. That's the reason I want to put the broth in there, but it smells really good. I'll go ahead and put the lid back on it, and I would say the next time that you see, it'll be about 2 more hours, and that'll put us at the 4-hour mark. We should be getting a little closer by then. Hey guys, this is the 5-hour check-in, and this is finished. I'm going to take the lid off and show you what we've got. Now, when I checked on it a few minutes ago, I just went ahead and took a couple forks and pulled it apart. I didn't want to bother with having to show you all that. It just took a few minutes, but I tasted of it. It's really delicious. The peppers and onions, they've kind of cooked up, and that seasoning's really coming out. And I'm going to throw a couple tortillas on here and just kind of grill them very slightly, and we'll build a couple tacos. Probably good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and build these. Put a little meat on each one of them. Spread that out a little bit. As I said, you can put whatever you want on these. I'm going to put a little salsa on one of them. This is some good homemade salsa. I didn't actually make it. Somebody in my church made it and gave it to me. It is delicious. I've got another jar of it. About ready to have to open it. We'll put a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese on here. And this is again where I said earlier, you can get creative here and put whatever you want on them. On this one, I think I'll do it a little different. I'm going to put a little barbecue sauce on here. And a little cheddar cheese. And I think I'll give one of these a try. Guys, this is delicious. That's, to me, a really simple recipe. It just takes a few hours. Throw it on the grill, or if you wanted to build a fire or use charcoal and use the lodge or use the camp oven by itself without the grill, you could do it either way. But cut those pieces, like I said, out of the ham of a buck, and that was just a really good way to use that meat. It's after it's cooked so long, it's tender. It's got a lot of flavor to it, and these are really good. I hope you'll give them a try. Want to let you guys know that, as I had mentioned in the previous video, I've been building cutting boards, and I've got those for sale now. I'll put a link down in the description of this video that you can go and check them out. I try to keep a couple built and ready to ship, so you can look on there, and if there's not one ready to go, you can contact me and I can build. If there's one that you see on there you like, or if you have specific dimensions that you would like, I'm open to build those for you. I really love doing woodworking, and that's just a way that I can kind of bring that on board. I hope you guys will check them out. Also, if you're new to using a charcoal grill, I've got a free checklist that would help you out. I'll put a link down below to that as well, or you can go to www.kitchenalpha.com/checklist, and that'll take you to it. Just put your name and email in there, and I'll send it to you for free. I think it's really helpful for folks that are just starting out. But I hope you're doing well. And as I always say, I really appreciate you watching my videos, and I'm sure thankful for each one of you. But God bless you, and I hope you have a great day.